Hi everyone, I'm Lily. I'm going to read a story. The title of this story is The Last Day of School. It was the last day of third grade, and my classmate and I had finished cleaning our desk. Our teacher, Mr. Brown, had passed out the summer reading list. We had even shared our goals for the summer. Mine was to go fishing during my family's camping trip. What nice, I wondered, tapping my feet impatiently under my desk. Mr. Brown stood up and cleared his throat loudly. Now's the time you've all been waiting for, he announced. Is it summer now? I asked, and my classmate burst out laughing. Mr. Brown chuckled too, but he shook his head at me. Almost, he said, but first it's time to hand out yearbooks. Everyone cheered, including me. I have completely forgotten about the yearbook. Last year, I only asked the other kid in my own class's line. This year, my goal was to collect all the third graders' signature. I watched excitedly as Mr. Brown produced a tall stack of yearbooks from a box under his desk. When Mr. Brown handed me my copy, I skimmed through the pages. I spotted a picture of Marisol next to me at recess. I hurried over to her desk and asked, Marisol, will you sign my yearbook? Of course, Marisol replied. She took her special pink pen out of her backpack just for the occasion. She even dotted the I in her name with a heart. Not everyone's signature was as fancy as Marisol. So pretty soon I got my whole class and Mr. Brown to sign my yearbook. The signature crisscrossed every page like footprints on a hiking trail. Okay, class, now it's time for the kickball game, Mr. Brown said. Perfect, I thought, leaping up from the chair. The rest of the third graders can sign my yearbook at the game. We all lined up on the playing field and waited for our turn to kick. As the game went on, I asked the other third grader for their signature. I was so focused on my goal that I hardly noticed when Frankie scored the winning run. By then, I had all the third grader signature in my yearbook except one. John Morgan had hurt his knee sliding into home plate at the start of the game. He had gone to see the school nurse and had not come back. All right, kids, school out for summer, Mr. Brown exclaimed. Thanks for a great year and have a wonderful vacation, everyone. I could see parents' cars lining up in the parking lot from pickup. Suddenly, I wasn't ready for summer vacation. Yet, instead, I ran like the wind to the nurse's office. John was sitting on the cot with his head in one hand. With the other, he held a bag of ice on his knees. Hi, John, I said, skidding noisily into the nurse's office. John looked up and gave me a tiny, feeble smile. Will you please sign my yearbook? I asked, thrusting the book forward. John Little's smile transformed into a broad grin. Yes, but only if you sign mine, he bargained, and I nodded. We traded our book. I opened his and saw only a few names scattered here and there. When I looked over at John, he was running his finger over all my signature. I wanted to have everyone sign mine this year, he said sadly, and then I got stuck in here. His shoulders slumped in disappointed. His smile had turned back into a frown. I know what we can do, I told him. My parents said I can have a big birthday party in July. You come, you can have a lot of kids signing then. Really? John asked, and his whole face lit up again. Definitely, I declared, nodding with enthusiasm. That would be great, he said. Together, John and I walked out of the nurse's office and into our long-awaited summer vacation. I left school this year with a full yearbook and a new friend. Not a bad way to start the summer, don't you think? What is the setting of this story? A. The school before summer break. B. The nurse's office before summer break. C. The school before a big birthday party. D. The nurse's office before the kickball game. I choose A. The main character's summer goal is to A. Finish the summer reading list. B. Play kickball. C. To go to Marissa's party. D. Go fishing with her family. I choose D. The reader can infer that everyone is excited to get their yearbook because a student keeps asking Mr. Brown about the yearbook. B. All the students cheer when Mr. Brown passes out the yearbook. C. All of the students stay inside during the kickball game to get their classmates to sign their yearbook. D. All the students bring special pen to sign the yearbook. I choose B. Which of the following sentence demonstrates this story is told in the first person point of view? A. Mr. Brown produced a tall stack of yearbooks from box under his desk. B. She took a special pink pen out of her backpack just for the occasion. C. Not everyone's signature was fancy as Marissa. D. I spotted a picture of Marissa next to me at recess. I choose I. How is this year different from last year for the main character? Last year only her classmates signed her yearbook. This year all of the third graders will sign her book. B. Last year all of the second graders signed her book. This year only her classmates will sign her book. C. This year she wanted to play in the kickball game. D. Last year there was no kickball game. I choose A. What problem does the main character have at the kickball game? A. She loses her yearbook. B. She hurt her knee sliding into home plate. C. She misses her turn to kick the ball. she's missing one signature in her yearbook. I should see. Which of the following sentences from the story show John Morgan's disappointment? A. He held a bag of ice on his knees. B. Yes, but only if you sign mine. He bargained and I nodded. C. John's little smile transformed into a broad grin. D. His mouth had turned back into a frown. D. How does John Morgan seem to feel when the main character finds him? A. Tired. B. Sick. C. Sad. D. Excited. D. What causes John's mood to change at the end of the story? A. His knee feel better. B. The maker make a plan with him. C. He is excited. It's the beginning of summer vacation. D. The maker give him her yearbook. I choose B. Why does the main character say, not a bad way to start the summer? A. She made a new friend. B. She planned her party. C. She made John knees better. D. She won the kickball game. I choose A.
Practice makes perfect. So, let's go practice.
I got 7 with 10 correct. The end. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.